Wait, has there ever been any proof that that Hunter Biden was the one who dropped off the laptop? I actually kind of just assumed that to be the case. Funny Destiny tries so hard to defend Biden. What am I trying to defend? Bro, I'm just asking questions and reading the article. Does it make you like uncomfortable or upset that I'm actually reading past the headline just to figure out what the is going on? Twitter Files, Part 7, the FBI and the Hunter Biden laptop. How the FBI and intelligence community discredited factual information about the Hunter Biden's foreign business dealings both after and before the New York Post revealed the contents of his laptop on October 14th, 2020. In the Twitter Files number 6, we saw the FBI relentlessly seek to exercise influence over Twitter, including over its content, its users, and its data. Twitter Files number 7, we present evidence we present evidence pointing to an organized effort by representatives of the IC, the intelligence community, aimed at senior executives at news and social media companies to discredit leaked information about Hunter Biden before and after it was published. The story begins in December of 2019 when a Delaware computer store owner named John Paul Mac Isaac contacts the FBI about a laptop that Hunter Biden had left with him. On December 9th, 2019, the FBI issues a subpoena for and takes Hunter Biden's laptop. Smoking Gun email reviews how Hunter Biden introduced Ukrainian businessmen to Vice President dad. Hunter Biden introduced his father, then President Joe Biden, to a top executive of a Ukrainian energy firm less than a year before the elder Biden pressured government officials in Ukraine into firing a prosecutor who was investigating the company, according to emails from the Post. Even that sentence, God, you have to feel like if you're reasonable, it's such a weak ass sentence. Hunter Biden introduced his father, who was at that point the vice president, Joe Biden, to an executive at a Ukrainian energy firm about a year before the older Biden then pressured government officials in Ukraine into firing a prosecutor who was investigating that company. According to emails, like, holy shit, we're like at so many levels of disconnectedness to prove this point. But okay, they're trying to show that it was like a causal thing. But and this article said smoking gun. Right, so there's got to be some crazy smoking gun evidence in here, right? The never-before-revealed meeting is mentioned in a message of appreciation that Vadim Polskarsky, an advisor to the board of Burisma, allegedly sent Hunter Biden on April 17th, 2015, about a year after Hunter joined the Burisma board at a reported salary of up to $50,000 a month. Dear Hunter, thank you for inviting me to DC and giving an opportunity to meet your father and spent some time together. It's reality, what a dumb speller, an honor and pleasure, the email reads. An earlier email from May of 2014 also shows Puzarsky, reportedly Burisma's number 3 exec, asking Hunter for advice on how you could use your influence on the company's behalf. The Blockbuster correspondent. None of these are Blockbuster correspondents. Is anything improper happening here? The Blockbuster correspondence, which flies in the face of Joe Biden's claim that he's never spoken to my son about his overseas business dealings, is contained in a massive trove of data recovered from a laptop computer. What was Biden's exact statement? Photo surface that shows former Vice President Joe Biden posting with his son, who is a natural gas company, Burisma Holdings, doing a 24-day. Joe Biden, now a leading Democrat presidential candidate to the Vice President, never talked with his son about his foreign business interests. I've never spoken to my son about his overseas business dealings, Biden said before pivoting to President Trump. I know Trump deserves to be investigated. He's violating every basic norm as a president. You should be asking him why he's on the phone with a foreign leader, trying to I told him. Okay, this is, I guess, kind of fair. So it looks like Hunter Biden is, at the very least, introducing his dad to business partners. Were they working together yet? Hunter Biden introduced his father, then went to a top government and less than a year before the elder. When did Hunter Biden Wikipedia Burisma? He served on the board of Burisma Holdings from 2014 until 2019. Okay. We on private your old playthroughs on YouTube after your mom plays through my dick. A master trove of data recovered from a laptop computer. So the question is did Joe Biden have some sort of improper dealing with Burisma? Hunter, thank you for inviting me. Opportunity to time together. Reality is not our approach. We spoke yesterday evening. It would be great to meet today for coffee. What do you think? The computer was dropped off at a repair shop in Biden's home state of Delaware in April 2019. Going to store order. other material extracted from the computer includes a raunchy 12-minute video that appears to show Hunter is admitted to struggling with addiction problems, smoking crack, while engaged in a sex act with an unidentified woman. The customer brought the water damaged MacBook Pro for repair, never paid for the service or retrieved it. Oh, the shop owner. Oh, interesting. Was there ever any proof? Has there ever been any proof that that Hunter Biden was the one who dropped off the laptop? I actually kind of just assumed that to be the case. I never actually even considered that it could have been the case. I wonder if anything. Funny Destiny tries so hard to defend Biden. What am I trying to defend? Bro, I'm just asking questions and reading the article. Are you this ass mad? Like, do you have to be careful when you go into bars that when you sit on a chair, you're just going to slide right down the thing because your asshole is so stretched open from all the alternative media you consume? Does it make you like uncomfortable or upset that I'm actually reading past the headline just to figure out what the is going on? That I'm not ready to deep throat whatever narrative you've been spoon-fed by Tim Pool or whatever brainless alt media person you consume on a daily basis? Like, bro, chill. I'm literally just reading it right now. I haven't reached any conclusion about anything, okay? I've dug into this stuff like 4 years ago. I don't know how long time, so just reading it again, I'm refreshing my memory. Chill. Cope rage. The only cope that's going to happen is when you go to your girlfriend tonight and you realize that sticking your in her pussy is like throwing a hot dog down a hallway because Big Daddy Destiny's big white cock has stretched that vagina out so much that you can't use it anymore. When you go to her pussy, there's a tattoo that says adults only and your dick's not allowed. You limp little ass motherfucker. It's the fuck up. Fuck YouTube losers. All right. Anyway, customer who brought in the water damaged MacBook Pro for repair never paid for any service or retrieved it from a hard drive. I wonder if there's like a CCTV footage, right? Shouldn't you think like a laptop repair store would have like a fucking video camera recording customers that are coming in, right? You'd think maybe. Somebody said there was a Hunter Biden signed receipt/invoice at the laptop repair shop. It's Ruminate. I don't know why he has a different name on Discord now. Okay, interesting. Coming from someone with blue hair. You know what else this blue hair cummed on? Your mom's face, bro. Yeah. So when I'm stroking and she's on her knees in front of me, she's saying, later on, my son's going to be saying, coming from a guy with blue hair, and little does he know that I'm about to get come on me from a guy with blue hair. And then I splooge all over her, bro. When you went to kiss her and she was like, that's the new extra fucking moist chapstick. It wasn't chapstick. It was my swimmers making their way into your fucking body. Okay? Photos of Delaware Federal Spinner given the post show that both the computer and hard drive were seized by the FBI in December, and the shop's owner says he alerted the feds to their existence. Okay. But before turning over the gear, the shop owner said he made a copy of that hard drive and later gave it to former Mayor Rudy Giuliani's lawyer, Robert Costello. How weird. That's a little weird, but okay. Steve Bannon. Can you do that anymore? Could you make an image of a hard drive and just read it? I thought all that shit was encrypted now. Like on a 2014 MacBook and later, could you just take an image of a drive and just read it? Yes. Oh, crazy. I thought all the cell phone drives are encrypted at least, right? Are normal drives just not encrypted anymore? Or actually maybe they're not. Well, in the past, hard drives were never encrypted. In the past, you could literally just take an image of a drive and mount it to another drive and just like if you got an old computer, you could just pop the hard disk out, put it in your computer, and you could access every fucking file. There was no protection at all. You could just literally copy folders from the other fucking OS. But I thought from 2014 later, I would have assumed that Apple's shit was auto-encrypted. But maybe in 2014 it wasn't. The automatic file vault was a recent thing. Oh, okay, interesting. Gotcha. Phone drives are not that way, right, Cake? Like phone drives are all crazy encrypted, I think, right? Or is that not the case? Do you know? I'm curious. I don't think so. Oh. Wait, then why do cops get so mad when like Apple won't give them like backdoors into OSs if they can just read the files off the fucking phone? Apple is 100% encrypted. They are encrypted by default. iPhone is encrypted. Huh. Okay, stop distracting me. Should I have to know the show something attempt to get a useful the message is subject line urgent issues also has been responded. Following our talks for education, as previously pointed out, a number of vacations, representatives of new authorities in power tend to be quite aggressively approach Gen Z, unofficially with the aim to obtain cash from it. Initially, it was done through representatives of the Voda Party and the Ministry of Internal Affairs. The so-called the Svoboda was this the right-leaning party that had like one fucking? I'm trying to remember who this shit is. It's the Ultra Nationalist Party of Ukraine. Okay, these guys have like one seat right now. This is the far right party. Gotcha. The Ministry of Internal Affairs, the so-called unofficial communications, when I tell blackmailing in case we don't cooperate, provide money and cash. The gas production business. It's important to note this photo party is represented by the government, the general prosecutor, the minister, which is directly subordinated. After asking times to receive funds from our side, they proceeded with concrete action. So far, we got information through unofficial channels that one or more pre-trial proceedings were initiated by the Ministry of Affairs, holding companies that are heavily engaged in gas production. Okay, no. Partners, companies. So typical instruments to destabilize business. We urgently need your advice on how we could use influence to convey a message signal system. Holdings a leader among private guys. Where am I calling it? This email doesn't sound bad at all. It sounds like these guys are saying, hey, the Ukrainian fucking government sends people to extort us and steal fucking money from us, and they also try to intimidate and steal money from business partners if they work with us. Is there something that you can do to communicate that something has to happen here with these people? It doesn't sound like a bad email, no? This message I thought it was like some, okay, never mind. I haven't read this actual email before, but I read everything now. Okay, reread everything. Pocharski, I'm sorry, just real quick. If you're Polish, you gotta stop doing this shit, okay? Pozarski, okay? Bliss, that's a good name. Pozarski, okay? This is a good name. Pozarski, all right? But in Polish, you guys would like fucking, you spell everything. This is like I don't know why you guys fucking do this shit. Stop, okay? This is fucking wild. Dude, I lived in fucking Warsaw for 3 months, and I didn't know the name of a single goddamn street, okay? I've never seen so many CHZYWs fucking next to each other on every fucking word, okay? This is unbelievable, all right? When Germany occupied, instead of eliminating Jews, they should have eliminated fucking 3 of the letters out of your fucking alphabet, because Jesus Christ, you use some of these way too liberally, okay? No C's, no Z's, no Y's, and like half the W's gone. And it would be a dramatic improvement in the readability of your street signs. Holy fuck. Okay. Pozarski said that the representatives isn't identified in the email, but appeared to be a reference to Burisma, whose first name, when the alleged shakedown failed, they proceeded concrete actions in the form of one or more. Right, we urgently need your advice on how to stop this. Okay. Hunter Biden responded by saying he was with Archer in Doha, Qatar. Is it Qatar or Qatar? I've never gotten a resolute. Sam S. If this was Trump's communication with Russia about business, Destiny would be asking why they're even talking about business. What? Would I be? What? Qatar is accurate, I think. Who's only behind these attacks? The company. It's the current interim government. Exchange came the same day. Announced. Transported directs by Anna Hunters in charge of its legal unit provided support. Four months after Hunter Biden's correspondence with Pocharski, Archer forwarded Hunter Biden an email chain with the subject line tax rates, impact numbers, and production, which included some cuck shit. What is this? Oh, pictures. It's so weird that they publish these pictures. Hold on, I'm scared to go. I don't know if I'm gonna run into the fucking foot job crack pictures. It's so weird that they published these. I feel like a little inappropriate, but I don't know. Like, it's not newsworthy. It just seems really strange, but... Show us Hunter's cock. I want to see his cock. Combating political pressure and efforts by oligarchs trying to enrich themselves. Going denying. Addition 90 spoke about overseas business dealings. Joe Biden has repeatedly denied any conflict of interest or wrongdoing by them involving Burisma last February. Testing appearance of Mercedes. Take the position on Israeli because the company wanted access to you. That's not true. You're saying these. Okay, hold on. What are these? Yeah, it's super weird. It's so weird that they published some of these pictures. Last December, Joe Budden also lashed out during a Democratic primary town half event in Iowa, where a man accused him of sending Hunter to Ukraine to get a job and work for gas. Joe Biden also lashed out at a Democratic primary town where a man accused him of sending Hunter to gas. He had no experience with gas, so nothing in order to get access to the president. You're a damn liar, man. It's not true to say that. Biden then continued berating the man who, as he stepped forward, calling the man fat and challenged him to do push-ups together, man. Ha, base, Chad Biden. The FBI referred questions about its seizure of the laptop and hard drive to the Delaware U.S. Attorney's Office, where a spokesperson said, my office can neither confirm or deny the investigation. Hunter Biden's lawyer refused to comment on the pics and instead attacked Giuliani. He's been pushing... Okay, all right. Ooh, not quite the smoking gun we were looking for, but whatever. Okay. December 9th, it takes Hunter Biden's laptop. Signature. I'm assuming this is probably Hunter Biden's signature. Has Hunter Biden ever contested that the laptop was left there? Important meme, mouthwatering. Mute links. Why are my links not muted? Hello? Look at it go. So, okay. By August of 2020, Mac Isaac still had not heard back from the FBI, even though he had discovered evidence of criminal activity. Discovered evidence of criminal activity. Did he? I feel like that needs to be substantiated. Oh, is this the article we just read? Okay. And so he emails Rudy Giuliani, who was under FBI surveillance at the time, in early October. Giuliani gives it to the New York Post. Oh, maybe the crack use? That can't possibly be what they're referring to, right? No shot it's that. Shortly before 7 p.m. on October 13th, Hunter Biden's lawyer, George Messiers, emails JP Mac Isaac. Hunter and Messiers had just learned from the New York Post that a story about the laptop would be published the next day. John Paul, thank you for speaking with me tonight. As I indicated, I'm a lawyer for Hunter Biden. I appreciate reviewing your records on this matter. Thank you. Where's the rest of the email? Okay. At 9:22 p.m. ET, FBI Special Agent Elvis Chan sends 10 documents to Twitter's then head of site integrity, Yoel Roth, through Teleporter, a one-way communications channel from the FBI to Twitter. Twitter folks, heads up, I'll be sending a Teleporter link for you to download 10 documents. It is not spam. Please confirm receipt when you get it. Thanks. Received and downloaded. Thanks. What is the point of the passing rail line if the train is in the way of anything that would need to pass? What the fuck are you talking about? What is the point of the passing rail line if the train is in the way of anything that would need to pass? Oh, these are older lines. They're not made for my big trains. But once these mines run totally dry, I'll reform them with bigger stops. Yeah, like these are all fucked up, dude. They're all fucked up. I don't think I have any of the new stops yet. Hold on. I know you want to see it. I know you really want to see it. I'll find one. This is an example of like a new stop, I think. See how big it is, how nice and huge and juicy it is. Okay. The next day, October 14th, 2020, the New York Post runs its explosive story revealing the business dealings of President Joe Biden's son, Hunter. Every single fact in it was accurate. Yeah, but I don't think it was that explosive, was it? There wasn't anything explosive in there. Don't you have a meeting at 11? I pushed it back to 12, or he did. And yet, within hours, Twitter and other social media companies censored the New York Post article, preventing it from spreading and, more importantly, undermining its credibility in the minds of many Americans. Why is that? What exactly happened? Destiny, there's disputes about the events of that email found on his laptop. Witnesses say Joe Biden didn't even sit down during the meeting and only spoke to a single person. Destiny. Oh, I just saw the pictures of them at the golf thing or whatever. Then why was it censored? Oren Smythe TV. Why even ask? You don't give a fuck about the answer. The only answer you ever want to hear is it was censored because people were trying to protect the Bidens. That's it. I don't know why you pretend to care. I don't know why you guys even bother. Like, the answer's already been out there a million times, but you don't like that answer. It was censored because the FBI was trying to protect... the Trump's FBI, by the way, was trying to secure the presidency for Joe Biden. That's the only answer. It's the only answer you'll hear. It's the only one you want to hear. It's the only one you care about. And yet, within hours, Twitter and other social media... But maybe these Twitter files will... Maybe these Twitter files will prove that, right? Isn't that the goal of this, to prove that? On December 2nd, Mitabi described the debate inside Twitter over its decision to censor a wholly accurate article. Since then, we have... These statements are really loaded. Censor an accurate article. The article wasn't censored for inaccuracy. I don't know why he makes it sound... This is a very, 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 very dishonest framing. I'm going to write that down. I don't like the framing on this. Boom. The article's accuracy was not central, was not in question when it was censored. That was not the policy cited by Twitter when they blocked it. The article was restricted in DMs or something. Yeah, but the citing of it wasn't due to inaccuracy. I thought it was because of their hacked materials policy. But maybe we'll get into that. Maybe they'll say the rest here. Okay, because of the private pictures and shit that were being posted. Discovered new info that points to an organized effort by the Intel community to influence Twitter and other platforms. Fuck. I wonder if I'm gonna need to go over this. Fuck. I started this way too late. First point, understand that Hunter Biden earned tens of millions of dollars in contracts with foreign businesses, including ones linked to China's government, for which Hunter offered no real work. Here's an overview. Wait. Did Hunter Biden... Oh, okay. This is phrased in a clever way. Hunter Biden earned tens of millions of dollars in contracts with foreign businesses. That's not Hunter Biden getting paid the money. That's other companies that he's worked for, he's securing contracts for, right? That's just phrased in kind of like a sneaky little way, I think.
Well, what we know is that the Biden family has benefited from commercial deals overseas to the tune of tens of millions of dollars. That's not in dispute. That's based on the so-called suspicious activity reports that the Treasury Department has released because a U.S. Senate committee asked for it. These documents show the flow of funds from...
Can I make this guy go faster or no?
Russian, Ukrainian, and Chinese sources, among others. So we know there's been a full...
Can you explain why it's sneaky? Well, because they make it sound like here, like Hunter Biden earned tens of millions of dollars. That's what it sounds like. That's what that, or at least that's how it reads to me. But it sounds like what they're saying here actually is he's gotten contracts for businesses, or maybe not. I'm not sure. I don't know. The phrasing is very ambiguous here, but
flow of funds. We also know that the people sending that money have very close relationships with the government. So in the case of China, for example, which I believe is the most troubling of the group of foreign donors, you can actually look on the Hunter Biden laptop and find the businessmen who secured these deals for Hunter Biden. There are 4 gentlemen that are named. If you look at those 4 gentlemen, each and every one of them has close ties to the highest levels of Chinese intelligence. So, for example, one gentleman who he calls the super chairman, at the same time that Hunter Biden secures a deal with him that translates into about $20 million, that same Chinese businessman is business partners with the Vice Minister of State Security.
Is he claiming it's $20 million going to Hunter Biden, or is it a company that Hunter Biden is representing? I can't tell what he's trying to say here.
Security in China, who is responsible for foreign recruitments. This has been reported in Hong Kong. This is not just Peter Schweitzer saying it. So you have the flow of funds. You have the flow of funds from foreign parties that are linked to the government and intelligence services. And then you have the third component of this, which is there's no discernible service or product or anything that Hunter Biden has brought to the table. So
doesn't he just do like consulting or whatever? Is that, I guess maybe they're saying that that's like illegal, but at the start he says that he earned it for the Biden, so he's not making the company claim. It was pretty direct. He probably misunderstood his own claim. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm curious what he's saying.
So the question has to be asked, why are foreign actors like these 4 businessmen in China?
He was on the board of a Ukrainian gas company getting paid. How is that so hard to understand? The blue hair has got to you. Because my understanding is, what was Hunter Biden paid for Burisma? The number that I heard was like $50,000 a month or something. So this says $4 million total, not tens of millions. Okay, this is a government document. In addition to the $4 million, over $4 million paid by Burisma for Hunter Biden's board membership. Hunter Biden and his family received millions of dollars from foreign nationals with questionable backgrounds, particularly the ongoing FBI investigation into Hunter Biden's laptop revealed that Hunter received a 2.8 carat diamond ring from a high-ranking Charles official in 2017. Hunter Biden told saying that he felt uncomfortable receiving the diamond and gave it to other associates. Business with Ye, founder of the China's like the government's coming. That's all of cash flow. It's a vast web of corporate connections, financial connections, non-resident women who were nationals of Russia appear to be linked to an Eastern European prostitution or human trafficking ring. Tate connection. Investigation of Burisma and its owner at the time, Hunter Biden, its board of directors, Vice President Biden threatened to withhold, according to news reports. Biden received millions of dollars from foreign sources as a result of business relationships he had built during the period when his father was vice president. Financial transactions, which Hunter engaged in, illustrate serious counterintelligence extortion concerns relating to Hunter Biden and his family. That's fair. Hunter Biden's work with Chinese nationals connected to the communist region. Sean Conlon, a business associate of Hunter Biden, suggested that a $10 billion deal could be struck in exchange for certain persons meeting Vice President Biden. This shows deliberate pay for play and quid pro quo. The email in full to Robert Biden from Sean Conlon is as follows. So we have an engagement letter. If we get the other 10 bonds, they have a face value of $10 billion. While it is far-fetched, Devin Archer said he talked to his professor to get these he's going to get these guys to an event or something where they can get to formally meet your dad. Did this actually happen? Emails between Hunter Biden and his cousin revealed that the president, because this says it was an offer. I wonder if this deal actually happened. I'm guessing it probably didn't because they would have said if it did, huh? Emails between Hunter Biden and his cousin revealed that the president of Hunter's firm Hunter for an appointment to I guess for one of these. Day after the election 2008. Two appointments. President Biden gravely endangered the security of the United States. Oh wait, who prepared this document? Impeaching Joe Biden, President of the United States, for abuse of power by enabling bribery. Oh, Jesus. Oh, this is from Marjorie Taylor Greene. Nice. Okay, well. Integrity of the democratic system. Okay. It's a government document. How could it be BS? That's a joke, right? I wish I could find every single tweet you've had and see if you're somebody that believes every single thing the government has ever like. What? That's a very funny thing from somebody that's probably a Trump fan. I love you. Okay. This is a transcript of a hearing. Oh. Screen of Georgia submitted the following. Okay. Impeaching 117th from the U.S. Attorney's Publishing Office. Impeaching Jordan Biden for abuse of power by enabling bribery and other high crimes. Oh, okay. Article 1, abuse of power. Oh, okay. This is for them. They wanted to impeach Joe Biden. These are the claims they're making. Oh, okay.
Arranging deals worth tens of millions of dollars to the Bidens and not getting anything in return. And what's important to point out here is that Hunter Biden is the one who's the signatory on these deals, but the laptop also shows that money is fungible within the Biden family. We know that $2 million that arrived from China ended up with his uncle, James Biden. And we also know that Hunter Biden paid some of his father's bills while he was vice president of the United States. So this is not a Hunter Biden question. This is a...
I really wish he would expand on that statement. Paid some of his bills. What does that mean? Was Hunter Biden like paying for his dad's like cell phone, or did he buy his dad like a $10 million mansion? I really wish he would expand on that.
A larger Biden family question.
Now, one of the things that I hear from Democrats is that they say, well, you know, this is kind of common. And look, the Trump family had all sorts of business dealings with Russia. Is that true?
So the Trump family does actually have some deals in China, although they kind of were unwinding. And I raised questions about that and some of the finance deals that Jared Kushner was involved in the Middle East. And those need scrutiny and they need analysis. And by the way, they were scrutinized by the mainstream media. So that's a good thing. The Biden deals weren't, but there's also a crucial difference here in my mind. And that is the deals that the Trumps had with China. The one that really translated into money was a deal that Ivanka Trump had for the manufacturing of shoes and other things in her apparel.
Shut it. Literally includes phone bills. $190 a month on an AT&T bill and payments for house repairs. Interesting.
The Biden family.
Oh my God, fuck,
What we know is this, the Biden deals weren't, but there's also a crucial difference here in my mind. And that is the deals that the Trumps had with China. The one that really translated into money was a deal that Ivanka Trump had for the manufacturing of shoes and other things in her apparel line. That was a line started, 10, 15 years ago. My point being, those were actual legitimate businesses that predate any involvement in. You certainly need to watch them and be aware of them and take them into account. With the Bidens, we're not talking about that. Hunter Biden, after his father becomes vice president of the United States, suddenly decides he's going to go into international finance, ill-defined. He has no background. He has no experience.
People keep saying he has no background or experience, but hadn't he served on different boards of companies in the past? Didn't he have experience doing exactly this? So he graduates from Yale in 96. He accepts a consultant position at the bank holding company MBNA, whose employees donated more than $200,000 in Joe Biden's Senate campaigns. MBNA's hiring of Biden was controversial because his father pushed for credit card legislation beneficial to the credit card industry, supported by MBNA during Biden's time at the bank. Legislation more difficult. This led to Byron York, National Review, referring to Joe Biden years later as a senator from MBNA, representing the close relationship between the two. By 98, Hunter Biden had risen the rank to executive vice president at MBNA. He left in 98. Then he served. Wait, this is Hunter Biden, right? Okay, yeah. Sorry, Jesus. Hunter Biden. Then he served. Where was I at? At the United States Department of Commerce, focusing on e-commerce policy for President Bill Clinton's administration. Executive. Okay, so. Biden then became a lobbyist, co-founding the firm of older car, Biden and Belair. According to Adam Alvarez of the New Yorker, Biden and his father established a relationship which Biden wouldn't ask Hunter about his lobbying clients, and Hunter wouldn't tell his father about them. Hunter Biden was appointed to a 5-year term on the board of directors of Amtrak by President George W. Okay, people make this come a lot. Hunter Biden had no experience. He brought no value, but it seems like he's done this for like his whole life. Ever since he graduated from school, he's been serving on like executive boards and shit, or in like government agencies as boards, as like people on boards of these companies and whatnot. Biden was the board's vice chairman from July 2006 to 2009. Shortly after his father became vice president, it was the time that it was time for his lobbying activities to end. He purchased the international hedge fund Paradigm Global Advisors. Hunter was the interim CEO of the fund for 5 years until 2011. In September 2008, Biden launched a consultancy company named Seneca Global Advisors that offered to help companies expand in foreign markets. Biden was a partner in investment vehicles that included the name Seneca to denote his participation. In 2009, he, Democrat founded the investment and advisory firm Rosemont Seneca Partners. He also co-founded venture capital firm Eudora Global. He held the position of counsel in the law firm Boies Schiller Flexner LLP in 2014. Biden was on the board of directors for the World Food Program USA, a 501c3, from 2011 to 2017. And he served as a board chairman from 2011 to 2015. So by the time he started Burisma in 2014, right? He joined Burisma Holdings, owned by Ukrainian oligarch and former politician Mykola Zlovinsky, who was facing money laundering investigations, blah, blah, blah. Biden was able to help in 2014. So he joined in 2014. Okay. I think it's kind of a weird statement. I hear this a lot. He was like, oh, he had no experience. He had no offers. Like, really?
The United States suddenly decides he's going to go into international finance. Ill-defined. He has no background.
He has no background going into international finance, but that company that he was in, I think literally did international finance. He purchased international hedge fund Paradigm Global Advisors, and then they have a consultancy company named Seneca Global Advisors that offered to help companies expand into foreign markets. That is literally international finance. It is actually international finance. That's such a weird, unless I'm missing something, that's such a weird statement to make. Like,
and take them into account. With the Bidens, we're not talking about that. Hunter Biden, after his father becomes vice president of the United States, suddenly decides he's going to go into international finance. Ill-defined. He has no background. He has no experience. And he's not doing deals in London or Tokyo. He immediately goes to Russia, China, and Ukraine for those deals.
But he's been doing deals. It sounds like he's been doing deals all over the fucking world. I don't know what the Seneca Global Advisors, I guess, focused on. But it feels like this guy, he's fucking everywhere.
So I believe all foreign deals should be scrutinized, but
which is fair.
You have to differentiate, in my mind, the difference between, say, Michael Bloomberg, who his company Bloomberg has major business dealings in China, which need to be watched, but that's a legitimate business. You cannot compare that to Rosemont Seneca Partners, which is frankly, in a large extent, a fictitious business.
Seneca Partners. Why? What does he mean by Seneca Partners? It's an investment firm that he has 20% equity in. Are investment firms not real businesses, or? Huh. He started Seneca in September 2008 after his dad was vice president. Okay. Interesting.
Entity that was funneling money to Hunter Biden and his family.
Now, what about Trump's relationship with Russian?
It would be nice to substantiate that statement somehow. Like, how is it a fictitious business? I feel like there needs to be a little bit more.
With Russia.
Well, there was no question. There were discussions, and there was a sort of verbal agreement to build a Trump Tower in Moscow, but there was no real exchange of money in that case. And again, I would say, look, that deserves scrutiny. But Donald Trump actually has built hotels and condos around the world. Certainly, it's not appropriate to be doing that while you're a candidate or president of the United States, but to somehow put that in a nefarious light when you're ignoring a business that has no history that predates your father being vice president of the United States.
Wait.
For a candidate or president of the United States, but to somehow put that in a nefarious light when you're ignoring a business that has no history that predates your father being vice president of the United States, and you have zero track record in it, I don't think you can.
Well, but he worked for, in 2006, Biden and his uncle purchased international hedge fund Paradigm Global Advisors, and Hunter was the interim CEO of the fund for 5 years until 2011. But that was in 2006. Biden wasn't VP until 2008, right? 2009, I guess, whenever he's... I mean, it's not like he had no experience, no? And then he was also appointed to a 5-year term on the board of directors of Amtrak in 2006. In 98, he did this MBNA thing. Okay, I don't know. I just don't like this statement.
Compare those two very effectively. Tony Bobulinski is credible because he provides the actual communications, the comms that took place. I've actually seen the Blackberries and the phones where this correspondence took place, and it's very straightforward. Number one, Bobulinski released to the Senate and gave to the FBI correspondence that I've seen that shows clearly that they were not to discuss Joe Biden's involvement in the business. There are actual correspondence that Tony Bobulinski has with the business partners where they say, don't bring up the father's name, don't discuss the father in the context of the deals. The family's very skittish about it. In other words, the partners did not say he's not involved. There's a Chinese wall, so to speak, that divides him from these deals. It was, don't.
I mean, like that, I would need to. I wish I could see those messages, because that could either be really bad or that could be really good, right? If they're like, don't mention Joe or whatever, like Hunter doesn't like that because they've got like a responsible separation between father and son there when it comes to business, then that would be really good. But if they're like, don't bring up Joe, we don't want there to be any paper trail of the vice president being involved in these dealings, that would be really bad. But I feel like it would be nice to see those messages of what actually happened. I don't know if those have been released anywhere, but...
Don't discuss it. And then you have correspondence when they're discussing a deal with CEFC. This is a Chinese energy company that is going to be setting up a Chinese energy infrastructure fund in the United States, that the ownership structure is such that 10% was going to be given to Hunter to caretake for the big guy. There's lots of correspondence on the that is going to be setting up a Chinese energy infrastructure fund in the United States, that the ownership structure is such that 10% was going to be given to Hunter to caretake for the big guy. There's lots of correspondence on the laptop and in Tony Bobulinski's communications where the big guy is the reference for Joe Biden. So that's the first thing to consider. The second thing to consider is there is lots of evidence on the laptop that Joe Biden was familiar with his son's deals. And it's worth looking at kind of the evolution of what Joe Biden has said. When I first broke the story.
Are there any other? So here's part of the New York Post messages. Don't mention Joe being involved. It's only when you're face to face. I know you know that, but they are paranoid. Okay, they should be paranoid about things for real. Is it? It was. I'm curious if this is like. Is it about him being involved? Is it about them asking Hunter to get him involved? Was there ever any... Here's like the real question, because these articles are all called fucking smoking guns. They don't... Was there any evidence that like an improper exchange of funds happened on the pay-for-play shit ever? Or is it literally just the Shokin prosecutor firing in Ukraine? Is that the only thing, or is there any evidence for anything else having it happened?
In my book, Secret Empires in 2018 about the Biden family's deal is in China, the initial Biden response was, there were no deals. There's nothing to see here. This is fabricated. Then when it was confirmed that, okay, yes, there were deals in China, Joe Biden's position became, well, I never discussed those matters with my son, any of these business dealings. We now know, of course, that Joe Biden flew his son on Air Force Two to China, where Hunter Biden met with those Chinese business partners. And we also know on the laptop that, in fact, there are references to Hunter Biden saying to his business partners, I talked to my father about this deal and he's going to help. So now they've shifted from saying there were no deals, Joe Biden didn't know about the deals, to Joe Biden didn't benefit from those deals or did nothing to help these deals along. And my point is, this is what you need an investigation for. Look, we've got the transference of millions of dollars for no services rendered. Nobody's disputing that. We know.
Hey, wait, when he says nobody's disputing that, that feels like it can't be true. Oh God, it's been so long since I've looked into any of this shit. My understanding is, I need like an international lawyer, or no, I need a State Department lawyer. If you bill foreign companies, especially to the tune of millions of dollars, that all of that billing has to be registered, I thought, with the U.S. State Department. You have to declare it to the United States. I thought that's how Paul Manafort got busted under Trump, is because he was taking a whole bunch of money from, not Yanukovych, Lukashenko, I think. And Manafort was not declaring that he was receiving any of that money. And that was part of the thing that fucked him, because they found that ledger in his office. So when he says that money has been given to the tune of millions of dollars with no services rendered, would that really be registered? Would that be registered as such with the State Department? I don't understand that. It seems like those payments would have had to have been registered.
The individuals who transferred this money have.
You need to follow right-wing news and stop living in an echo chamber. What an unfathomably. That statement is actually so fucking perfect, okay? We waste so much money in the United States on all these sophisticated forms of testing for children, SATs, people with mental disabilities, when you, my friend, have uttered just a single statement that could so easily qualify somebody as being so unimaginably mentally disabled that they're going to need permanent help for the rest of their life without wasting any additional money on testing. Amen to you, brother, okay? Nice job. That was probably one of the dumbest things I've ever read in my entire fucking life. So stupid, I can barely fucking comprehend it. I feel like I would need to down half a bottle of fucking cough syrup just to get into the right state of mind to comprehend how fucking stupid that statement was. Congratulations, okay? Okay, 1 minute left.
Connections to foreign intelligence services.
How much time do I have? 5 minutes.
We know that Joe Biden and his son Hunter Biden are close. They communicate all the time. They're not estranged. And we know that there are questions about the posture that the Biden administration has assumed towards China. So my view has always been this warrants investigation. I'm not saying a crime's been committed. I don't know. I'm not saying that Joe Biden is on the take from the Chinese. We don't know. But I do believe that this deserves serious investigation by a body like a congressional committee that has subpoena power. And it seems to me, if we are prepared to investigate Donald Trump based on an anonymous dossier, and by the way, at least the first 5 or 6 months, I supported that investigation. But if we're prepared to investigate that, Iran-Contra, Bill Clinton and Whitewater, this is much higher in terms of the threshold of evidence and information we have that warrants a look and warrants a subpoena power effort to find out exactly what is going on here.
I know that the FBI did investigations into the laptop and everything related to the laptop. I wonder if did the FBI ever get to the point where they were subpoenaing like Hunter Biden or any of his businesses? I'm just not sure. I don't know what's been claimed like an actual wrongdoing. I just don't see the smoking gun. It looks suspicious. I guess I can agree with that. If you've got references to the big man and texts where it's like, oh, like, only talk about this face to face, it looks suspicious. But I mean, like, Joe Biden has been like historically like a pretty poor dude, I don't think. At least in the Senate. Maybe I guess he's being enriched once he's vice president is going to be the claim. Political article from 2019 called Biden Inc. claims anonymous execs talk about these business moves are meant to enrich Joe Biden. Anonymous claims, though. Hunter sent an email or text to his daughter that he gave Joe 50% of his salary. Yeah, I saw that. Well, it said this for home repairs and an AT&T bill, apparently. Okay. Gee, okay, fuck. Do you think I can get through the rest of these in an hour tomorrow morning? You mentioned the Ukraine Burisma, Shokin stuff, but to be clear, Burisma was under investigation for 2 years between 2010 to 2012, 2 years before Hunter joined the company. Huh. The text to his daughter didn't reference the home repairs, it just was a generalized statement. Oh, I'm just going by the headlines in this Daily Mail thing. Oh, fuck. I should have pushed this back. The London shit. The Tate stuff ate into so much of my time. Oh god, fuck. I'm gonna have to play defensive on this tomorrow so much. I guess I'll try to read the rest of these. Maybe we'll start early tomorrow. Hopefully we can read through the rest of these. Okay. Alright, Reverend Cappuccino, Pappuccino, I'll be back tomorrow. Be careful. Who is this debate with? It's with some of the guys that work with the Minds thing. It's not like an ultra huge debate or aggressive one, but it would have been nicer to be able to read through all of these for this. But